What if you could save 15 to 30% on your refrigeration energy costs? Extend the life of your cooling system, reduce energy consumption, while reducing CO2 emissions by 20 to 30%. Well, in less than 5 minutes, that's exactly what we're going to do. Just more time than it takes to install EnerG2. What is EnerG2? It's a patent-pending green technology product developed by the Madison Energy Group, designed to lower your refrigeration and cooling energy cost, saving you as much as 30% on your monthly energy bill. You see, all coolers and freezers, no matter what their size, measures temperature by air density. Every time that door opens and closes, the air temperature rises and falls at different rates and intervals. EnerG2 uses a more highly efficient form of temperature measurement. It capitalizes on the differences in densities and temperature absorption rates of air versus liquid and solid food product. The reality is that food and beverage products contain a significantly different thermal property than air, which means their temperature rises and falls at different intervals. With its patent-pending design and gel compound containing similar thermal properties to food and beverage, EnerG2 simulates the stable temperature curve of food and beverage products, allowing the refrigeration unit to operate only when it needs to. EnerG2 has no moving parts, easily retrofits over the external air probe in any commercial cooler or freezer in just minutes, then immediately starts converting the temperature measurements from the ambient air to that of food and beverage. This alone results in immediate energy reduction of between 15 to 30%. EnerG2 will not only reduce your energy cost, it will lower maintenance costs by minimizing unnecessary compression cycles and will shrink carbon emissions by several thousand pounds annually, while increasing food safety by maintaining a more stable temperature range. All of the major food and restaurant brands that you see before you have extensively tested and installed an EnerG2 unit in their coolers and freezers. And the best part is, all have experienced an immediate reduction in their refrigeration energy cost. EnerG2 is endorsed by the Green Restaurant Association, meeting the highest levels of environmental and operational standards. And just by installing an EnerG2 system in your restaurant, you'll start accumulating points from GRA towards a certification of your own green restaurant. One more thing, EnerG2 comes with a 10-year warranty. If you don't see a significant drop in your refrigeration energy costs or unhappy with the EnerG2 performance, we'll refund your full investment.
Please note that the installation process of your EnerG2 unit takes place behind the cooler or freezer fan box. Step 1. Place the EnerG2 unit in the cooler or freezer and let it stand for 5 minutes to assimilate to temperature. Step 2. Insert the cooler temperature probe into the EnerG2 device, making sure to insert it as far as possible. And be careful not to puncture the gel pack during insertion. Step number 3. Using a 1/2-inch screw, you can hang the EnerG2 unit on the cooler wall behind the fan box. Be sure you've pulled enough probe wire so that the probe does not slide out of the EnerG2 unit. And as an alternative to using the screw, EnerG2 can be tucked safely into an existing pipe or can be secured by plastic wraps.
I'm happy with the EnerG2. If it can save me $7,000 a year, it was worth every penny I paid for it. I was looking at possibly either laying somebody off or changing my whole concept of the restaurant, because the fresh fish, I just need too much refrigeration to keep it going. I don't know what I was really gonna do. I was contemplating a lot of different things. It was let somebody go and change the menu to make it simpler so that less people in the kitchen could do it, or possibly change the whole theme of the restaurant so I could turn off one of my coolers and lower my electric bill, because the amount of electricity that I end up spending is just ridiculous. It's twice as much as I pay in gross receipt taxes, and it's about 3 times as much as I can pay myself in a salary. Well, I was contacted by the Madison group, and they turned me on to this EnerG2, which has dropped my refrigeration cost almost 10-20% on my walk-in coolers. I'm saving probably close to $700 a month just by installing one in my walk-in refrigerator and one in my walk-in freezer. I probably walk in and out of the cooler 2 to 3 dozen times a day, but I have 3 other cooks that walk in and out of that cooler. So I mean, that door's opening and closing probably close to 100 times a day. I'm happy with it. If it can save me $7,000 a year, that's a great start.